Hello, friends. I am Rabbi Jacques Cukierkorn, the founder, president of Brit Braja Worldwide Jewish Outreach. Many people ask me about what is this organization, what do we do? Well, let me tell you a brief story. When I attended Hebrew Union College, there was from the get-go the need to begin thinking about writing your master thesis. I decided rather than write something about some text, something boring, many people seem to be themselves bored about their theses. I decided to write about something exotic about my native country, Brazil. Having grown up in Brazil, it was not uncommon to meet people who claimed to have Jewish origins, but were so radically different than we, the descendants of the first, second, third generation descendants of Eastern European Jewish immigrants. These people claim to be descendants of Jews who, back in Portugal, in Spain, had been forced to convert to Christianity. They were called themselves Marranos or Anusim, forced ones. So I wrote my thesis about that. I found out, or that's my conclusion of my thesis, is that about at least 10% of the Brazilian population have Jewish origins. And this, in fact, can be proven by today by DNA testing and stuff like that. And I say that 20 million is a conservative number. Around the world, probably as many as 40 million people may have Jewish origins, and many of them have kept through the generations that knowledge, some Jewish traditions, some Jewish practices. It's also conceivable that in modern day Latin America, with the upsurge of evangelical religions that are so interested in the Hebrew origins of Christianity, many people tag along and or add to that evangelical desire to be the real Hebrews, their own supposed heritage. But there are hundreds of thousands of people in Latin America today who are very curious, want to learn about Judaism, want to come back. I have been working with these people since I was ordained in 1994. At that point, there were chat groups or discussion groups, which I participated. Ever since, I have done in excess of 500 conversions. I always tell my wife that in as much as she did not agree to have a third child, so that we help grow the Jewish people, and if she's not going to help me grow the Jewish people that way, I'll have to do it by myself by converting people, and the advantage being that converts come already potty trained, so to speak. They don't wear diapers. So today, Brit Braja, the organization I founded to help this work, holds several hours of classes over the internet weekly. We hold 2 Shabbat services because we do work throughout Latin America. So some of our work is in Spanish, some of it is in Portuguese. And thus we hold 2 Shabbat morning services that are webcasted from synagogues that we maintain in Latin America, most of the time from the Spanish one from Mexico City, and the Portuguese one from Londrina, Paraná, in Brazil. And those services are webcasted, and I deliver normally the sermon, the drash, from this very scenario. We have been pioneers in doing that. We've also been pioneers in teaching people for conversion to Judaism over the internet. It's important to say that we don't convert people over the internet, we just teach them. I figure out that if it's good enough for Harvard, maybe it's good enough for me. And in fact, I also figure out that long distance learning is something that even the great Maimonides, the Rambam, did 800 years ago. So if he could do it then, maybe I can do it today. It gives me great joy to know that many organizations that in the past mocked what we did, or that criticize what we're doing, international organizations today follow our steps. And this is not about gaining my desire to be recognized. It's not that at all. Rather, I'm happy that they came to see that what we're proposing is the way of the future, that the Jewish people is not weakened by bringing to our midst willing individuals. In fact, we are strengthened by them. And I believe that, every Jew, every individual that wants to be Jewish should be given at least the education. I certainly, there's many others ancillary issues not concern Aliyah and things like that, which I personally oppose, because my business is not to prepare people to send them to Israel. My business is to create Jews and to strengthen Jewish communities everywhere, not only in the Middle East. But Brit Braja has done a very good work, as I said, in excess of 500 conversions. We have translated books, we have created our own books, prayer books, manuals. All this evidently has been done through my work, the work of many volunteers, and also through the help of people like you who can contribute to Brit Braja, which, by the way, is a 501c3 charity recognized by the government. Donations to us are tax deductible, but check with your accountant. It's a little note. And it's basically what we do. In the future, I shall make other videos talking about our mission and what we do, and also with more testimonials. That's it. That's what Brit Braja does, and this is potentially something that hopefully will interest you to want to get involved. Shalom.